Hello. I guess I don't get the newspaper. Anyway, I went to the dentist today. I cleaned my teeth, but I already ate like a few times since I came back from the dentist. They said no caffeine, so I had beer. Anyway, because I had to have, I had a tooth I partially had pulled out with a plier. They finished taking it out for me. I just couldn't get it. But anyway, and it's been like sort of weird news day this morning for me. When I left home, it's like there was an airplane crash that was really crazy looking, because the plane actually went over a highway, nicked a taxi, busted out like where the passenger in the front side seat. So if anybody was in the back, they was lucky. The driver should have been lucky. But the plane ended up in the water, in the river, and people lost their lives. I think they're buying some planes that might already have a defect, because I don't know. I always think about how he's always thought they did him dirty, you know. But anyway, so I don't fly. I don't like to fly. The last time I flew, I was like, I'm through. It's good. It's a little uncomfortable to fly, for me. Um, but and then they had a wreck in New York, leaving Penn Station, which is a very crowded station. A lot of people work outside the city, you know. And it seems like I didn't like watch Friends when it was in its like heyday. I seen it after a few times it went off the air, and like I grew up in New York, you know. Like I never seen so many people. Like they didn't have no white people, you know. Like they got brown people, you know. So and also like where they were showing it. But nowadays I had like a bunch of Caucasian people that have you know, entered there in Harlem. They're all over the place. Had a bunch of Russians that came in. There was a big thing in the 70s with the Russians coming in. And you can look at Arnold Schwarzenegger as an example, as you know, and they had numerous ballerinas and all type of Russians that was coming to the United States, and they continued to flood. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he even got to be governor. Why anybody would think that a Russian immigrant, you know, newly arrived and shit, fucking barely knew English, and all he could do. But anyway, I have my theories, and I also have my theories about Ronald Reagan. Is it Ronald Reagan? Yeah, because he used to be in movies too. I always thought he looked like he was really Japanese. You know what I'm saying? With a pretty good job. You know, he probably didn't need much around his eyes. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I mean? Because like back in those days, they wanted Americans to think that it was, you know, like the boy next door, the man next door was white. And like in our neighborhood, really they was pretty poor. You know, they was like looking forward, like it was going to be rich off the backs of blacks by keeping blacks down. But I think really the reality is, you know, it's just another propaganda during the Cold War to keep the Americans down. And you know what I'm saying? Look at Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? They inflated the Russians, you know, like, oh, there's the beauty girl, you know, blonde hair and blue eyes, you know. Marilyn Monroe was miserable, you know what I'm saying? She was a sex symbol. Nobody liked her. They liked the symbol, you know, which is, like, not a reality. It's just, like, you know, they don't like you, like, because, like, nobody's, like, could be, like, anybody's in mind, their illusion. But anyway, so he married, like, a Russian. And, you know, James Brown married Russians. The Russians was like we had an invasion of the Russians, you know, and they straight up crooks, you know. Our school systems, you know, like where we had free college, all the ones that got outrageous, you know, we brought the Arabs in. They didn't really know any shit. All they knew is they pay more money. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, it's like white kids was just like cheating left and right. They would get mad at you like me, like they're like, you're supposed to know something. I was there actually to get information. But, you know what I'm saying, the schools are all fucked up. I'm not going to fuck for a grade. It costs too much to go to school. I'd be like, I guess I failed. Fuck it. That's just life. I get a job in a factory making whatever, you know. And you know what I'm saying? Same as like, you know, what I'm gonna do, get out of the fact, you know. And it doesn't really matter, like to me, like in some cases, because I just had at a very young age really had been disenchanted with the whole idea. It's like with the Civil Rights Museum. When I first went there, I came to the realization that, you know, Martin Luther King had been held hostage there, that they had forced him to do things. Now they changed it. Now they have you like, you could sit like you're with, like on a slave ship. And they already have proven that that's a lie, that the slave ship, because of the way they were saying they stocked people in, and people's feces and urine, and that they have to have food intake too, that it wasn't feasibly possible. And that if you really think about it, if we had like the Europeans and the British, the Spaniards and the French, they came here on boats. And I know, like in my neighborhood, I came, you know, the Irish was considered indense. You know, they indense, like they just sold their fucking kids out. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, and so, like, to me, you know, it's a chaos right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make any fucking sense that a lot of people don't really realize that sometimes the motherfucker you need to blame to fix yourself is you. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, maybe the schools is fucked up. Like here, they you know, they owe millions of dollars to the schools. Of course the schools are fucked up. They're not getting the money they're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? The kids are expendable. You're a society where you can whoop the kids. You don't give a fuck about the kids. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give a fuck either, except for once those bitches get, oh, let me tell you, they get worse. They don't get better. You know what I'm saying? Like if the parents just like playing along with the propaganda, but had a different foundation, these kids just got that one foundation. You know, it'd be like the Britneys, like the other Disney kid. Not like, I mean, you always have your exceptions, especially with the males, except for when you come to Jason Bieber, because you have people that, you know, it is really all about their self-gratification. They have never matured, and men never have to be men, because all they have to do is fuck. You know what I'm saying? Or look at X-rated things. They didn't have to come to realization when they're 13, hey, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Our schools are not geared to put people out to jobs. They're geared to put people out into jails. They got some white police that think that this is going to be like Hitler. No, it's not going to be like Hitler, because Hitler had scientists. He had his junior league that they were educating. They had women in there as a major part. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it wasn't Einstein but his wife that actually invented the atomic bomb, but she wanted to utilize it in a different faction. But and Einstein, you know, because I believe basically he, you know, they didn't get any more information. That's why he had to split his Nobel Prize with his wife, because they realized that what they got was the defected thing. Men are not really the ones that are what you would call scientific or great thinkers, in the sense that nature made them to be more of with the bulk, with the muscle, more of the follow the herd. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about these modern day white motherfuckers just go and kill everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a motherfucker that, you know what I'm saying, they didn't really eat a lot of meat, you know, in their diet, because they would get their protein and other stuff, you know what I'm saying, but he could clear stuff up around this time of year, get shit ready for spring, whatever. He could, you know what I'm saying, he could sit down and tinkle down with wheels and make pulleys and other type of stuff. They had steam engines and everything else here, because before when they was in Europe, if you notice, they didn't have it. They didn't have a train, steam, any of that. They didn't understand anything about manufacturing telephones or anything like that until they came here, because that shit was here. And that's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? You want to buy into propaganda, but what's going to happen is, if we don't have our children, you know, like maybe going to school year round like they would work year round, you know what I'm saying? What job are you preparing them for? You know what I'm saying? But you got some crazy ass white motherfuckers like in Ferguson, the police there. They got some double binding, hypocritic, chaos way of thinking things should be fucking get done. Which is basically, there is no fucking law. If that policeman didn't cold blood murder that motherfucker in front of everybody that was tweeting, and it was like pretty much live cast at the time on the tweets, everybody's seen it. They left it there for 4 hours in August heat, and then want us to fucking pity. They choke a guy in New York, and then they're gonna say some shit like, well, he shouldn't have been fat. When we have an obesity epidemic in the United States as is, so like, show me a motherfucker that ain't fat, bitch. And then you got motherfuckers in Walmarts in a state where it's legal to carry a motherfucking gun. They're gonna shoot a black kid because he's looking, I guess, at merchandise that happen to be a fucking non-lethal BB toy gun or some shit like that. But, you know what I'm saying, the hypocrisy of the whole thing is a double-binding hypocrite society that's verged on such a fascist way of doing things that it is undermining the security of the United States, it's undermining the Constitution, and it has allowed crazy motherfuckers like Mitt Romney, Sharon Palin, and all them to think that they could, and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers just like them. There's too many to be named. It's abomination. It's disgusting. And if we don't start fixing our system right now, you know what I'm saying, maybe with giant steps like legalizing marijuana to where it's on a federal level, maybe we're, you know, like, just go way out of the box and start actually educating our kids in something, even if it's just to come out as welders and to do architect work, or you know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying, if we don't start doing something, the thing is, you know, we allow a lot of criminals that think that white collar crime is they're able to get away with it and put the massive the majority of the people in jail over non-violent stuff such as marijuana and stuff like that. And like with Free Will, Rick Ray Ross has proven, and I even know for myself, that the CIA and everybody could pay attention, had a lot to do with the drug thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, has it been good for the country? No. Has it sent jobs in industry, and has it made a tax haven out of the country for companies? Yes. Is that a good thing? No. Anyway, just my thoughts today.